All right, this is a video response to Success Council, who did a video response to some of the comments I made on his taxation equals theft video. So I'm going to try and make this quick. I know that Success Council, I'll put the link in the description, goes, I think, completely off rail in terms of like talking about rapists and muggers and Nazis and equating them to taxation, but it's obviously an emotional appeal, and I won't address that. I will focus on the analogy and clarifying my position on this. The way he describes the analogy, the bully who is kind of extorting money from the kids waiting to get their lunch, is really not the way it goes. The entire infrastructure required to have a cafeteria to begin with and to have students lining up. It involves that there's infrastructure, that there's a food industry, that there's something happening. And all of this, to begin with, required the bully. So it's not like a bully was parachuted in the line and started to get money. The bully was there to begin with and was a product of consensus. Now, when I'm talking about tyranny of the minority, or Justikar brought it first, but what I'm saying is society is generally ruled by consensus. It is the most optimal way of handling a society. Most successful societies work through consensus, and those that don't are no longer there to sort of show us how great they are. Consensus is optimal, and the idea that a minority of people can break consensus is what leads to what I call tyranny of the minority. Now, in the bully example, if a majority of students vote to get the playground equipment and say that the bully is responsible to get the money, and it's voted in, consensus is created, then everyone has to pay their dollars. Now, the two students who say, I don't care about the equipment, I don't want it, I'm not paying, and you should respect my right, what they're doing is they're creating an exception. They're breaking the consensus. And breaking consensus costs a lot of money and resources, because now you have to issue different passes. So you have the kids who agree to the deal, they get a red pass. The kids who don't agree to the deal get a blue pass. The red pass agree to the deal, so they pay the money and they get to play on the equipment. You need to hire people to enforce the stupid passes that you had to create to accommodate the two people who are breaking consensus. And that's basically the reason why successful societies act on consensus. Exceptions cost a lot of money. And you know, we don't have time for it, because if we allow exceptions to bog down our own society, then the neighboring society who rule by consensus are going to simply overtake us. That's how it goes. But I think that the analogy was faulty to begin with, because the bully has been there since the beginning and has evolved through thousands and thousands of years through consensus, evolutionary consensus. And I think that by the tyranny of the majority, there are mechanisms to prevent that. There's the Constitution, there's the separation of power, there's auditing. States have a tendency to develop mechanisms to audit themselves so they can limit their abuse. I'm not saying they do not abuse it. I'm not saying they don't work their way around it. But I'm saying that's pretty much the best that we've got. So I still want to thank you for addressing my points through video. So if you have anything else to add, feel free, and have a good day.